Okay, it's been another very busy day in the world of Scottish football. Old Firm ticket stories always catch your attention. Robert, you have just dropped a very big exclusive on the Scottish Sun website. Can you bring us up to speed with the latest?
Well, the latest is that the first Old Firm game of the season, Celtic against Rangers on September the 1st, there will be no away fans. There was an agreement put in place between the clubs after the SPFL intervened in their feud around March time to try and end it for around 5% of ticket allocation at each stadium to be allocated to away fans, and that's no longer going to be the case. Celtic have written to Rangers recently, in the last few days I believe, to make it clear that there will be no Rangers fans at Celtic Park on September 1st. Celtic were expecting some guarantees from Rangers that the planning work that they have done for the first Old Firm game of the season will be done for the second Old Firm game of the season at Ibrox on January 2, and Celtic believe they haven't had the guarantees that they asked for. So as a consequence of that, Celtic have told Rangers there will be no away fans at Celtic Park on September the 1st.
Just to remind everybody, obviously there was a standoff for years, and then I think it was in March the two clubs announced that there was going to be a kind of Euro style allocation. As you say, about 5%, 3,000 Rangers fans inside Celtic Park, 2,500 inside Ibrox. Everybody, I think, welcomed that decision. I think we've all been to games to cover them, and it definitely brings more colour, noise, atmosphere, and I think it has lost a bit of that. Where does this leave the fixture, well, Robert, for the next two games?
Yeah, well, the clubs are back at loggerheads again. As you say, there was an intervention, I believe, from the broadcaster Sky. As you say, the spectacle of the Old Firm game wasn't what it was, and Sky, I believe, spoke with the SPFL to make it clear they thought there should be a remedy to that. And the SPFL thought they had got a breakthrough with both clubs. There was an agreement, as you say, for 5% roughly for each of the stadiums for the Old Firm games. But Celtic, I believe they have done the work required. The planning permissions that they have to get, the safety procedures that have to be put in place for the Derby game to be staged there and for away fans to be in the stadiums. But they don't believe that Rangers have done the same. Now, obviously, Rangers are renting Hampden this season, or for the start of this season. That's complicating matters clearly, as they don't have a certain date when they're going to be back at Ibrox. So I think that's one of the issues. But yeah, as things stand, the club seem to be back at square one again, where they were maybe a few months ago.
Obviously, this probably debate will rage on. In terms of purely football, Rangers don't have a particularly great record at Celtic Park in recent years. We're going to be going there on September the 1st with no away fans. Is this a massive blow in terms of, we know how important this first derby is of the season? Celtic are already 2 points ahead. Is this another setback for Philip Clement?
It's another setback for Philip Clement, there's no doubt. We've seen I think there was an issue with Rangers playing at Hampden last night for their huge European guy. They didn't have the backing of 50,000 Rangers fans at Ibrox, which has been a huge boost for them in recent years, and it looks as though that's going to continue for the foreseeable future. Yes, there's no doubt it's a blow to Philip Clement. There'll be no away fans at that first derby of the season, but in a bigger aspect of it is that I think these clubs had reached a situation where they were in agreement, they got round the table, they got it sorted out, and as I say, they just seem to be back to square one again. And I think the biggest, Sky Sports, the broadcasters, will be mostly kind of disappointed by this, and it remains to be seen how quickly it can get resolved again.
Robert, thanks for your input. Stay across the Scottish Sun website or social media channels, and obviously Thursday's newspaper for all the latest on the big breaking stories.